Hello everybody, back here again with our vlog a day. And today is Tuesday the 27th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame, a little earlier than I wanted to, but wife getting out for work. I got up, got the dog outside. She's a good dog. She just snores like a freight train. Holy crap, she's really bad about that. So, but yeah, I got her outside, got that taken care of. Jumped in the hot tub for a little bit. Wife finished getting ready for work. She stopped out by, give me a little kiss goodbye, and from there she headed off to work. And I hung her out the dog. Didn't have a lot going on today. Did some yard work and all that good fun stuff. And getting ready for the other dogs coming. I got more dogs this weekend going to be here. I'm supposed to have like 5 more, but a couple canceled on me, so won't be nearly as busy as I thought it was going to be, which is probably an all right thing, because the 2 that were coming got canceled are kind of high maintenance when they're in a larger group. It's one of those deals where when there's just a couple dogs and them, or just them and like one other dog, they do really good. But it seems like when I get a large group of dogs with them, like in that 5 or more, they tend to get overwhelmed and have a hard time settling down. Like they stay pretty on edge at all times. So yeah, that's one of those things that was kind of, would have worked it out, would have been fine, but luckily I had them booked earlier, and then I got more dogs coming. I thought, well, I'll just make it work, which worked out really well, because I would have turned these dogs away, then they would have canceled on me, which meant I would have lost the income twice, which would have really sucked. But it is what it is. So yeah, got a few things done. Like I said, got some yard work done, hung around with the dog, just kind of chilling out throughout the morning. Went ahead and headed over to, I had to go to Home Depot, get some supplies. I was looking for like fencing material or something to block off part of my yard where I've got the new grass seed planted, hoping I can keep the dogs fenced out of it, kind of thing. Just like some of that plastic like fencing you put up, or maybe even like the silt barrier using construction. I don't really know what I'm going to get yet. So, but yeah, went ahead and on the way over there I thought, well, I'm going to stop by, get my water tested at a new place that sells mostly plumbing supplies, but they also do chlorine and pool supplies and do pool testing, spa testing. And the new owners of Pinch a Penny, which is I think a national chain, at least a southern chain, it's pretty popular around here, had really good luck with it. And the new owners are just, it's went downhill a lot. Like, been lied to multiple times by employees, and then I call them on it and they're like, yep, that's absolutely right. And I'm like, are you sure? So I'll kind of raise my voice and ask them the question the next time. I'm like, this doesn't sound right at all. And then the other employees pop up going, no, that's not right at all. You can't do that. That's bad for you. You can't have this, can't those 2 things can't mix, so on and so forth. On 3 separate occasions, I've had to be the one to cover my own ass, like, and fix this. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, these are your employees. And it seems like the one who keeps lying to me, I believe, I'm almost not certain of it, but I believe is the new franchise owner's kid. And so never gonna get in trouble for it. So instead of saying I don't know, let me go find out, or let me learn, let me look it up, let me figure it out. Nope, just lie. And I just can't stand that, man. I absolutely hate it. It's one of the things I just tell all my employees, 100%, if you don't know the answer, you can find me. If I'm not there, if I'm out doing something, call me. My phone's on 24/7, or look it up and then get their phone number and say, I don't know, but I'll get the answer and I'll call you back, or have the owner call you back when he has the answer, and go from there. Don't ever lie. Now, you can make mistakes, but if there's something you're not 100% certain on, don't give them the answer, because you can kill animals and stuff. Just like in the pool, you can cause chemical reactions that can damage equipment, damage people, kind of things. Like, just do better, people. It just drives me nuts. So stopped by the new place, dropped off my water samples, and it was about 35 minutes before I went to lunch. And apparently that was too close to lunchtime for him to be able to do my testing, which did kind of suck, because it's one thing with the Pinch a Penny, I will say at least, they've never made me come back to get my test results. He goes, we'll put the water in here, we'll test it, you can come back and get the results later. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking come back out. Like, I hate leaving my house. Like, what are we talking about? So I was like, okay. And I almost just took him and said, hell with it, and left. But I'm like, I'll give it a try. So I went ahead, left the water there, marked on which one's hot tub, which one's pool. Went ahead and picked up my chlorine, because I know my pool needed chlorine. So went ahead, headed out. From there, ran over to Home Depot. Got to Home Depot and looked around some stuff. found a couple different things at work, ended up settling on one of them, got a bunch of wooden stakes and some vinyl fencing, and I was like, God, this seems like a lot of money. Like, this seems really expensive. Like, it's damn near like $100 for almost, I don't know, it was a lot. I don't remember like how much it was. I remember my head thinking like, this is a lot of money just to keep some damn dogs off some grass seed. Like, this is crazy. And I knew I had some leftover chicken wire at the house, and I also thought, well, I'd run it around the bottom of my fence where a dog starts to dig out or something like that. I'll double it up. So I had an extra. I buy the biggest roll I can get because it's like way cheaper than the small rolls from Tractor Supply. So I was like, well, we'll see. And then on the way home, I swung by the place that makes custom steps, and they had a bunch of scrap wood out there, and they had a bunch of long, skinny sticks that I could make into stakes. So I picked up a truckload full of basically scrap oak, and mostly oak, but a little bit of walnut here and there to make a little burn pile with, and then was able to find enough stakes in there and had some chicken wire left over, so I could take back the fencing and the pre-cut stakes to Home Depot and get my refund on that money, which, yeah, it's a lot more work, and it is what it is, but I was able to get that home, got back to the house, played with the dog a little bit, hung around outside with him, or for her a little bit, went ahead, went and got my run in, decided to mow part of my yard, got the front and backyard across the street mowed, started to mow the front yard of my house, got one swipe in, battery died, and I was like, it's late enough, I'll do this tomorrow. So went ahead and went and got my run in, got back from my run, got myself a shower, and hung out with the dogs a little bit. The wife got home from work, ended up making sloppy joes, and knocked that out. It's just regular old hamburger and sausage like we do, like we've always done. So, but I doctored it up. Whenever I cook, I don't really follow recipes. I don't really know what I'm putting in. It's just whatever I'm in the mood for at that moment. And I was craving a lot of garlic and a lot of onion and some paprika. So I put in that, put in a bunch of pepper, whatnot, went ahead and seasoned it all up, cooked it through, cooked the seasonings into the meat first, then out of the sloppy joe mix on top. Wife got home, told her what we were having. She kind of had a little bit of sad look on her face, like, I was like, well, you never told me not to make this shit, so whatever. So I went ahead, we continued on, got it all finished up, got it all ready. Asked her if she wanted any sides with it. She said nope. She's gonna grab some Fritos for her side. And I'm like, cool, everything's good. Got it finished, ready to go. Sat down to have dinner, got the dog fed. So she's eating, we're eating. My wife looked at me and goes, what'd you do to the sloppy joes? I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, what, do the same thing? I said, same sloppy joe mix we've always had, same thing you always buy, same sausage and meat. She goes, is it half hamburger and half sausage? I go, yep, same as always. She goes, what'd you do to it? I go, why? Is it that bad? She goes, no, it's really good. And I go, what? She goes, I don't know what. She goes, what'd you do to it? And I told her I just put a bunch of crap in there. And what I put in there, same as I told you. And she goes, no, you gotta do more than that. I'm like, nope, that's exactly what I did. And she goes, when your mom makes it, I knew you liked it, but it was so harsh and like acidic that I couldn't hardly eat it. I hated it. So I was all dreading it. So I saw it in your face when I said sloppy joes. She goes, yeah, but I wasn't gonna say anything because you like it, so I was gonna eat it. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, here, and she goes, I don't know, it's so much better. And I'm like, you're welcome. I said, that's why I kicked her out of the house. And she laughed at me. I'm like, what the hell? So we had a good chuckle about that. So yeah, apparently there is a different way to cook sloppy joe, I guess. So I assumed it was just brown up your meats and then from there go ahead and dump in your sauce. But apparently how you pepper it up and season it up and stuff will make it edible in her opinion. So that made me feel good. At least she was happy that the flavor was there. She was enjoying it. So that was nice. She's not gonna lie to me and say that we're not in that relationship where you got to say you like something. If you don't, you may keep your mouth shut. If you know somebody else really does like something and you don't really want it, you may, like, it's not great, but it's not horrible. You'll be like, whatever. But if I ask you something, she'll tell me the truth. And she knows that's how we have, is the only way I think anything will last long term is complete and utter honesty. And it gets kind of scary at times when you live your life that way. But when you get compliments like this, you know they're real. And that's a nice feeling. So, but yeah, that was good. Went ahead, got done eating, headed back outside with the dog, chilled out there, ended up having myself a nice cigar, enjoyed the beautiful weather as the weather kind of cooled off. But before I lit my cigar, I'm like, well, sun's almost down. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of that fence up. So went and got some of my boards, got my big ass hammer, and started trying to put the fence up around the grass spots that are growing back. And holy crap, I'm like, came back in and I said, I'm not trying to be the guy who bitches about the heat, because I hate the cold with a passion, but it's almost dark. Like, I almost need a headlamp out here to work, and it should be cooler than this. And I'm out here hammering in some wind stakes in the ground, and I'm sweating like a pig. Like, this is a little bit ridiculous. She laughed. We had a good chuckle on that. So after that, kind of wiped myself down a little bit, get myself cooled off, headed back out, and that's when I had my cigar. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got for right now. Oh, I got back done with that, headed back in, watched a little bit of TV on the iPad. It was late enough, she was already asleep. I asked her if she's gonna watch anything, she goes, no. I said, I didn't think so. Before I even got the iPad started, she was already snoring at me. She went back to sleep that quick. So that's a good feeling that I didn't disturb her too much in the process. So, but yeah, that's all I got for right now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.